Afternoon, Roberto. Your 50th Premier League game is already here. Lots has happened. Has it flown by for you?
Yeah. And tomorrow is the best game for us, no? To celebrate, I hope, to celebrate this target. I'm really proud, and I've been lucky to stay here.
And if you look at the season as a whole so far, this season, more games in the Europa League, the injuries, the players that you lost in the summer, only 1 point worse off than at this stage last season. Does that make you quite happy with where you're at then?
Yes, but depend. You can see you can analyze the situation. I'm sorry because we could have some points more on the table, around 6, I think, and for it I'm disappointed for the last result, especially at home. And for it we need to win 2-3 games in a row to recover what we lost.
I know you'd rather talk about opportunities rather than injuries, but how is Joao Veltman after Sunday?
Joao is a injury not so big, but I think for a couple of months we lost him.
And the positive being Danny Welbeck coming back. Is he close to being able to start?
No, not yet, but it's important for us if Danny is available to play a part of the game. He changed the game Sunday, but we know the importance of Danny inside of the team.
You know by now the rivalry with Crystal Palace. Do you embrace that as a head coach? Is it something that you enjoy being a part of?
Yes, I know everything, and we have a big motivation to win the game for the table, but especially for our fans, for ourselves, because we know the importance of the game and we know the level of difficulty of the game.
Yeah. The atmosphere will be heated. You have a lot of experienced players, but a lot of young players as well. How do you make sure that atmosphere doesn't get to the younger players?
Well, I think in general the players to play this type of game, it's an honor. And should be an honor to play in this atmosphere. For us, is a motivation, and the dream to win away, especially in a derby game, is a big motivation to not sleep tonight.
And just finally, from me, it's a big game for Jack Hinshelwood if he plays, because his family has ties with Brighton and with Crystal Palace. How important is it to have players who are so attached to this rivalry to make the other players understand people like Jack and Lewis?
Yes, it's different for them playing these games. But Jack is already an important player. He's one of the player in first 11 in the last couple of weeks, and he's deserving to play. He's important. He's playing with experience, with a confidence, with a personality. Great.
Hi Roberto. Last time Brighton and Crystal Palace met, Brighton won, and the following day they dismissed their manager. This season, what do you make of the job that Roy Hodgson is doing at Crystal Palace?
He's doing a great job in results, but in performances. They lost against Liverpool, but they played very well. They made a point in Etihad Stadium, and we know the level of the difficulty of the game. And I think they are playing very well, and is doing a very good job.
At the Etihad Stadium, they came back to 2-2 from 2-0 down. How important would that be for their confidence?
Well, it's important, but I think we reached this game after a defeat, a very, very tough defeat, and we're looking forward to play tomorrow.
I know you're more familiar with the Brescia-Atalanta derby, but these games that are derby matches in England, what do they mean to you?
Well, it's a different game. The responsibilities are different, but anyway, we have to be focused on the pitch and playing our style. Keep our eye on the ball and to be focused on what we have to do on the pitch.
Following the Arsenal defeat, you said that they made you suffer in a way that you weren't used to. In training this week, how have you been able to deal with what they made you go through in that game?
Well, no, nothing. We suffer a lot against Arsenal because Arsenal is a big team. At Brighton, we are not a big team yet, first of all. And then there are many reasons that explain we played not so well. We played the first day. We have a lot of injuries. They didn't play in Champions League because in the first 11 of Arsenal, only 2 players played in Champions League Tuesday. But anyway, we can lose against Arsenal, and we can lose in that way. We would like to play better every game. We would like compete against the big team in Premier League, but sometimes can happen. You can't compete how you would like.
If he's involved tomorrow evening, it'll be Kaoru Mitoma's 50th appearance in the Premier League. How can you get him performing
50?
like 50?
Like me.
Yep, big day.
Yeah.
You celebrate
together. He started to play when I came.
Yeah. If the result goes your way tomorrow evening, have a nice celebration together. But how can you get him performing like he was last season with the goals and the assists?
We are speaking with him, but he's playing very well. We would like he can score more goals. Adingra as well. João Pedro is scoring. I think João Pedro is becoming a top player. Complete in mentality, in behavior, in attitude, in personality. But Mitoma is already a top player. We have to accept this moment for him in terms of score, but he's still a great player for us.
And just finally from me, tomorrow will be Brighton's final game before Christmas. How much will the result impact how you celebrate your Christmas, and how will you be celebrating?
It's not in my head Christmas. My head there is Crystal Palace and Tottenham and West Ham.
Roberto, I know it's a blow to have Joel Veltman out, and you've got Pascal Gross, James Milner, Jack Hinchelwood. Does that start to change your thinking about the full-back area for January in terms of, a players coming in potentially at full-back defensively in the transfer window?
Well, about the transfer market, I explain what we need. Not only full-back. We need, I think, in 3-4 position. But at the end, it's the owner, the club, to decide to bring anyone or not. I can say my opinion. I can say my idea. I can explain what we need if we want to compete in this way. Otherwise, we have to accept the different opinion.
Is there any news on Tariq Lamptey? Because he's been named in the initial squad for Ghana for the Africa Cup of Nations. Is he likely to be involved in January either for Brighton or for his country?
And maybe the coach of Ghana doesn't watch the Premier League because I don't know how much time we are playing without Tariq Lamptey, and if he want to play with Lamptey, I'm happy for Tariq, but I don't know because he's not available to play with Brighton. How can he play with Ghana?
Sure. In terms of other players, it's been an incredible 2023 for Evan Ferguson. 11 goals this calendar year. What would you like to see from him going forward in the next 12 months in terms of development?
Listen, for the young player, you can expect different type of performances. No, there is a time when they play very well. They score for example, Julio Enciso or Evan Ferguson. In different moment, they maybe can suffer the level of competition. I think in the last 2 months, Evan suffered for injury, for other things, I don't know, but he can play better. And the level of Evan is higher than he's playing in this moment. But we have to help him. He has to help himself, first of all, to understand better the play. But he's very young, he's like my son. And if I can, I try everything to help him because he become a great player for sure.
And just finally, in terms of the game, everyone talks about the atmosphere. Your team has proven in Europe that they can handle atmospheres. How much confidence does that give you that your team can perform under those kind of circumstances tomorrow?
Yes, but we would like to play every game with the very hot atmosphere because we are lucky to play in this level. We are lucky to compete in this game, and I've always spoken about the emotion. The football can give big emotion, and tomorrow will be another big day in terms of emotion, and we have to enjoy. We have to play seriously. We have to play for our fans. We have to play for the table, because we have to be disappointed to watch this table, because we deserve a different position on the table, but I don't want to see my players suffer the atmosphere. Otherwise, they have to change work, job.